Just freaking
Isn't
wow.
that just brilliant?
Wow.
And welcome to another episode of From My Mother's Basement, the show that basically celebrates being a geek. I'm Jason.
And I am Michael.
And surprised we actually have a decent amount of viewers this time around, given the fact that right now is about the middle of the second quarter of Super Bowl 47, I believe it is. So, hey, for all of you guys who are here, cool. Thank you very much. For all you guys who watch us on YouTube.
I don't care.
I know you don't care. I know you're not a football fan. I call myself a nerd with the social life, so I kind of have to.
And I'm not.
Well, you do have a fiance, so I guess that means yes.
I have kids, for crying out loud. I have adult children, for crying out loud.
I love giving you shit.
Yeah, well, it goes both ways.
So how you doing, Michael? What have you been up to?
I'm doing okay. Been really busy a lot. Nikki and I got onto this whole Japanese kick lately. I found the Impossible Quest, a Japanese restaurant in Ventura area that's actually owned by real Japanese people.
Really?
And run by real Japanese people.
Wow.
Yeah, when you're up here, we'll have to take, because it's like it's a place called Sakura Chaya. It's in the harbor off of oh God, what is the name of that damn street? Channel Islands Boulevard. It ends into a harbor area.
Okay.
And it's a little food courty place, so it's kind of like a little hole in the wall, kind of like a lot of the really good restaurants in Japan. And it's home style, and it's so good.
Ooh, I love that. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, they make good stuff. And Nikki had her first taste of kurogoma ice cream, black sesame seed ice cream.
Oh,
it's actually really good.
I saw the post on Facebook about it, so.
Oh, it's good stuff. I'd had it before.
Does she agree, though? Is it good?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, good.
She liked it better than the red bean ice cream.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, it was good stuff. But let's see. Other than that, caught up on some anime, but we can talk about that towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
Doing some reading on. Well, no, I haven't done a lot of comic reading. I'm kind of boring this week. Work's been really busy, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
New
for me,
comic is coming up. All sorts of fun stuff.
Hey, work is work. But semi-related to work news, I finally got a call after like 6 months for a job interview.
I need a little animation button that I can hit and goes, yay!
Little Kermit, yay!
Yay!
So we'll see what happens with that. It's for an IT company, but it basically would be for a what is it? For some accounting firm right next to John Wayne Airport. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I know where you'd be. Okay, I know where you'd be at.
All I know is there's some damn good restaurants in that area.
Oh yeah, dude, there's a Mitsuo right freaking there.
Exactly.
Wow. I hope you get it, and I hope you get a decent paycheck out of it.
Yeah, it'd be nice to actually have a job after being over a year out of it. So, won't stop me at all from doing this show or Anna Break. So,
that's good.
Yeah. So we will find. Regardless of what happens, we will still be doing the show. It is awesome. We both enjoy doing it.
Because we are masochists.
Yeah. I was going to go the PC route and saying, hey, we love the show. We do it because we know you guys enjoy it. But in reality is we're like, oh.
But we're not as much of a masochist as Minagishi Minami-san.
Oh, let's save that one.
Let's roll right into that.
Let's wait till the end. That's the perfect one.
That's the wrap up?
That's the wrap up.
Okay.
That's the wrap up because that is just the most delicious bit of news we have today.
It's delicious irony in its own weird way.
It's great. But we're going to talk about some stateside news from the movie industry. Let's talk about A Girl Who Played with Fire, which is basically the sequel to Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. I actually have read all three books in the trilogy. Fantastic. Loved it. I saw the semi-indie European version last year, and when they started making a U.S. or their take on the books starring Daniel Craig and I can't remember the name, Naomi. I forget the girl's name. I forget.
I don't remember her name either. I can look it up real quick.
Yeah, my apologies.
Go IMDb food.
Rooney Mara. Sorry, thank you.
Okay.
And so I liked the first movie. I had to laugh at the fact that Daniel Craig was supposed to have, an actual accent throughout the movie. He had the accent for the first 5 maybe 6 lines that he had in the movie and then gone. Back to his English accent. That was it. Which, you know what? Given the fact that the story didn't really need to revolve around the accent, yeah, it worked out fine. I was cool with it. But, so we're thinking, oh, cool, we're gonna get the sequel. They're gonna do all 3. It's gonna be amazing.
I hope so, because the ones that were done in Europe were amazing and were really well received.
They were. They very much were. And so I'm thinking, okay, come on, US, you got a bunch of money behind these movies. Let's go. But yeah, they're already looking at money problems for the second movie. So let's put it this way.
Do we roll this up under our Hollywood's lost its damn mind thing again?
Yeah, I would put that under it. In the Swedish adaptation, the first movie had a budget of about a measly $13 million according to movie standards, and
still made a pretty badass.
It grossed $104 million.
Oh yeah,
I mean, that's gangbusters right there. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The U.S. one that had all the money behind it had a $90 million budget and had a moderate box office success. We're talking about $200 to $220 million.
So it broke even.
About that, yeah. Once you start adding a marketing budget and whatnot, it's about broke even.
Mm-hmm.
So all the
which Hollywood should count as a win these days.
Exactly. Unfortunately, all the bean counters over at Sony go, okay, you didn't make nearly as much money as we wanted you to from the first movie. Therefore, we need to find ways to cut the budget for movie 2. And unfortunately, the main thing they're saying they need to cut from the movie is, of all people, Daniel Craig. I'm just like...
Well, okay. Okay, I haven't seen Daniel Craig's adaptation, or the Daniel Craig version.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see it, but I haven't.
Well, the main reason Sony is worried about Daniel Craig when it comes to actually doing contract negotiations for this movie is that Skyfall just recently announced they've collected over $1 billion in theaters worldwide.
It's Bond, of course.
So it's the fact that, like, okay, Daniel Craig brings in money. Therefore, he can demand more money. And Sony's like, we need to find ways to save money, not spend more.
Well, okay.
But the whole thing with me is that when you're going to... when you have a relatively successful film where you have Daniel Craig playing Michael Blomkvist, and then of course you have Rooney Mara as the hacker chick that everyone's like, oh, you're so cool. She was excellent in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Those two actors have basically become those roles, and if you're going to take one of those roles and give it to a completely different actor or actress, you kind of kill any motion you had carrying from the first movie.
Not really. And I can give you an example. I can give you an example. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Daniel Craig, and I would love to see Daniel Craig stay with it.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, my site's frozen. I don't know about yours.
No, it's not.
I love Daniel Craig, but a good example of what happened, or of how I think you can get around it, Iron Man.
You're talking about
the Don Cheadle character?
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the original character was written for Don Cheadle.
Yes.
So I'm pretty sure, but they brought in I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he did the first one, and then movie 2, Don Cheadle stepped in. So you can do that. You can swap a character out and still have it roll. Now, that being said, that character is not a primary character; it's a secondary character.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know that you can... Craig's character is one of the 2 primaries.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know that getting rid of him will work entirely. But
yeah,
it's just, there's a possibility they could do it. I just want to see Daniel Craig work more.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, they're already talking about a possible director change. I think it was David Fincher, who was the director of the first movie. He is actually currently in talks, of all people, Disney, to direct their remake of 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. And they want to put that at a CG level comparative to Avatar.
Whoa, wait a minute.
So he's either going to get bought out by Disney and go do that and not have to get a new director, which means depending on who they get, they might save money that way, and they can keep Daniel Craig and Rooney Mara. Or we might just see, different characters. I personally believe it's going to take me out of the film in terms of
maybe, but I'm just trying to wrap my brain around a David Fincher version of
people gonna die if that happens.
Yeah, no kidding. David Fincher makes 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Oh, this just upped the gore, the violence, the mental mind fuckery. Wow.
Yeah. So
I kind of hope he does it, honestly.
Although there is one bit of hope that I'm hoping that Sony will do to try to save their money woes. The director, David Fincher, he's basically made the suggestion of, why don't we do what seems to be normally happening with trilogies nowadays. You have the first movie, you direct it, you create it by itself, and then you take 2 and 3 and film them simultaneously. You take the budgets for the 2 movies, put them together,
okay,
you kind of save some money.
Back to the Future / Harry Potter / Lord of the Rings.
Matrix / Lord of the Rings, yeah, all that.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping they do that. It'll be great.
They could do it because they just do it as an extended run. They could save some money on but their money they'll be saving will be on production costs, not necessarily on the actor, because the actors are still going to get paid for 2 titles. So, unless they negotiate something like what was negotiated for Lord of the Rings,
we'll see what happens.
It's not going to affect whether they have to pay Daniel Craig less money or not.
This is true. It's basically you're going to pay him
Hey, Sam Raimi could direct it.
Well, Sam Raimi was initially, we're going to switch gears a little bit here. He was the original director attached to the World of Warcraft movie.
Yes, I remember.
And then he left to do all of his other Marvel stuff like Spider-Man and...
Well, yeah, okay. He didn't back up. He didn't leave necessarily voluntarily, but he wasn't fired either. I mean, he left because...
Wasn't he working on the Disney film, The Wizard of Oz? Or
yeah,
Oz the Great and Powerful?
He was originally contracted to do the WoW movie from Legendary, and Legendary Pictures are producing it. And which means you can have a lot of green screen. This is Azeroth. Oh, anyway, but
could you imagine Zack Snyder directing a Warcraft movie?
It will instantly become about
It would be 90% slow-mo zoom.
90% slow-mo. It'll be all about the orcs because they're the ones who have that whole spirit. But anyway, so yeah, but because of Oz Great and Powerful, Legendary and Blizzard finally walked out and said, hey, we really need to get this crap started. We've only been talking about it for, I don't know, when was BlizzCon 2?
Yeah.
I mean, it was what, 5 years ago? So, they
and were we talking about this last week about how between
how it's been dead in the water?
Yeah, and now they have the crew, they have the talent, they have the skills to make the movie.
CG.
Yeah,
yeah. No, just do it right. Pull an Avatar with it. They've got the ability.
As long as it does not go the same route of Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within, you're golden.
Well, you know what? A lot of what killed Spirits Within for me. I mean, the story was very Final Fantasy. It wasn't good Final Fantasy, but it was Final Fantasy. The world's going to end. People have to sacrifice themselves to save the world.
Okay, yeah, the core concept, yes, that's very Final Fantasy, but they turned so many things around to try to appease the Western audiences that it just
they screw the pooch. They screw the pooch blind. No questions asked. But I think a lot of what did them in also was that people couldn't bond with the characters because they hadn't perfected things like subsurface scattering. They hadn't done any of the things that add the realism that will allow a person to cross the uncanny valley.
Exactly.
Big thing you've got is CG movies like Incredibles. Pretty much anything Pixar kicks out. They work because it's stylized. They're not trying to be realistic.
No, they're just trying to use it as a medium for the story.
Exactly. The medium for the story to make what works the story best. Final Fantasy Spirits Within went for realism. The problem with going with realism is up until, pretty much up until they figured out subsurface scattering, all the people look like zombies
Mm-hmm.
because you don't get any. They look like waxy and pasty and just bad. Then
Like Madame Tussauds just went all of a sudden up and got real.
yes and no. Because even Madame Tussauds, you're right. They did it. That's a good example. But Madame Tussauds, there's still the, without getting too nerdy, subsurface scattering is how light reflects through skin.
Mm-hmm.
Because it goes in and about, you still scatter light. It's not solid hands.
Right.
You can see light through there. Now with Avatar, what Avatar's been able to pull and what Peter Jackson was able to pull at Weta,
Mm-hmm.
the ability is to do it. So they could do it.
Yeah, they could.
And WoW has done real. I mean, the Pandaria opener alone.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it was a great blend of not only just amazing graphics and shading and whatnot, but it itself, just the trailer, had a decent story. It had a great action choreography, and it had a nice bit of humor into it as well.
Well, yeah, and what's funny is that you told the story of both sides right then and there. Orcs and humans fighting each other until a common enemy shows up, and it's like, okay, here, you take this, I'll take this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, long story short, bedraggling our point, it's about damn time.
Yeah. So since Sam Raimi is no longer on the project, Legendary Pictures needed a director, and they finally announced one that's actually going to supposedly move this project forward. Legendary Pictures signed director Duncan Jones to direct the World of Warcraft live-action film, which makes me worry because Duncan Jones is awesome, World of Warcraft is awesome, live-action film.
Well, the original was going to be live action anyway. There was going to be CG manipulation and a lot of green screen.
But I'm just saying, just go full CG. It just take 4 years, do it, and then...
I would love that. I would love that.
Yeah. I mean...
But I don't think they're going to. And what's funny is I don't think it'd take them 4 years anymore. If they had a dedicated team, I think they'd kick it out in 2. And that's stretching it. But I honestly think they could kick it out a lot quicker if they get a dedicated team because they have an experienced cinematic team. They technically have a lot of the assets already at that resolution.
True. And if anything, Legendary Pictures, they're putting almost all their money into like the sci-fi flicks because they're also backing Pacific Rim, The Seventh Son. They're working on the next Godzilla flick, and they're still in development of a Mass Effect movie. So, I mean, they're throwing all their eggs in this basket.
The question is, are they going to go with Guy Shep or Fem Shep?
I would love Fem Shep.
Or will Guy Shep have a twin sister who will be Fem Shep? Ooh, mind blown.
What a twist.
What a twist. No, M. Night Shyamalan is not allowed to get anywhere near that time. What a twist.
We've already seen what happens when he tries to make something other than a horror flick like Avatar, and that just sucked.
Well, okay, specify which Avatar.
Avatar: The Last Airbender. Yes, I should clarify. My apologies.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, they are going to make another Godzilla movie, but the funny thing about that is that they're going to show it all over the world except Japan because they don't have the licensing rights to the Godzilla name in Japan because
America fucked the last one so bad.
I still remember it was the last actual Godzilla film from Japan, Godzilla Final Wars, which was badass. It had Godzilla going all around the world, beating all the other monsters. And they had a little clip of the American Godzilla coming in, and it just got its ass handed to it in like 20 seconds.
Gyno went down like nothing flat.
Now, I thought that was just the perfect way to handle that. But yet Americans were like, you know what? The first one did all right. Let's make a new one.
Well, no, I think what it is they want to make... I'm thinking that since the kaiju zone is so popular... Mm-hmm. Thinking again. God damn it. If the kaiju genre is so popular and so... I wouldn't call it a money-making machine, but...
It has a massive following.
It has
Cult
a massive
or otherwise.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe they'll make Gojira the apology.
What I'm worried about it, though, is in the wake of massive, mecha movie Pacific Rim, depending on how well that does, do they try to spin Godzilla into like that kind of universe, or are they going to let it be on its own and try to give more homage to the original franchise?
Good question. I mean, we have to wait and see what they're talking about, you know. And also, I honestly think if Del Toro's Pacific Rim does well, that may give them a little bit of a boost.
Yeah, here's hoping.
Because what I've seen of Pacific Rim, admittedly, it's not a lot, but what I've seen of it and what I've seen of the critters, you know, even if the story sucks ass, the fights are going to be fun.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's going to be an epic, epic popcorn flick. Robot
Jocks meets Godzilla. I am down for that.
With tons of geeky sci-fi tech. I do want to make one note real quick. We're going to jump over to Star Wars.
Check your IM, by the way.
Okay. With Star Wars, you know, when they came out, then they re-released them, at least the original trilogy, and then they made the prequel trilogy that we'd like to forget about. Then they started with the whole 3D conversion of all 6 movies. And did you ever see Episode 1 in 3D, Michael?
Avoided it like the plague.
Yeah, I didn't see it either. But apparently, for whatever reason, and I'm pretty sure I can guess what the reason is, Disney has already announced that they have canceled the rest of the 3D re-releases of all 6 movies. Now you might look at it as, okay, they're doing this so they don't have to pay Fox a crap load of money because they have the distribution rights until what, 2020 or something like that.
Probably.
It could be the fact that they just want to focus all their time on J.J. Abrams and his version of Episode 7.
I so want to know what the hell he's going to do with it.
Considering, like we talked before, who he brought in with him for it. I mean,
yeah.
And the fact we already know that all the books and games and comics that go beyond Episode 6 that we all consider to be canon because Lucasfilm themselves went, these specific things are canon.
Yeah,
and
but
they're
now the Disney
throwing that out the window.
Disney can say F that, which I really hope they don't do.
Yeah. Disney's already saying, yeah, it's a whole new thing. We're not using any previous script or any ideas. So it's like, if J.J. Abrams does the exact same thing he did in Star Trek, where alternate dimension, do whatever hell we want.
Christ. Yeah, no, if they do that, that will be so sucky. I mean, I as much as I love Abrams and I love Abrams movies, I will so lose respect for him. Not that he lives on my respect.
I could just see it right. I could just see it right now that it's an alternate dimension. You saw, Yoda didn't die. He's now 960 years old, and he's still a badass. He's he didn't actually.
He just kind of transphased. So, they could bring back a lot of people. With
They'll bring back Mace Windu. I didn't die, boy.
We don't know that he's dead.
I know. Honestly, we talked about that last week.
That is the only rational thing. We don't know that Windu's dead.
But
I almost said the wrong thing because it would have got me in big ass trouble. Last we saw, the badass motherfucker flew out a window.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we know.
Yep.
We don't know what happened. Did he catch himself? Did he die? Did he not die? Did he go poof? I'm somewhere else. We don't know. Yes, bring him back. That'd be awesome. No, don't make that the basis of the movie. Whatever you do, do not make that the basis of the movie.
I'm back, baby. No. No.
Trouble on fuel. That's right, motherfucker. I'm back. God. The possibility. Oh, I got to do some renderings now. I just got ideas.
I say sometime in the next couple episodes, we need to sit down on air during one of the shows, and we need to work out our version of like an alternate universe featuring Mace Windu. We should do it. We take an episode, like half an episode, and go, what would we like to have happen?
We still need to have the giant mecha conversation.
We do.
Or did we have that one already?
No, we haven't had that one yet.
We need to have the mecha conversation. Yeah, we did, because you wanted Megas XLR.
Yeah, but no, we didn't have that on air, though.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
okay.
True. But let's jump to semi-related TV news. One of my favorite series in recent memory is The Boondocks. And,
Love that show.
you know, it has 3 seasons under its belt, and people wondered if it was canceled after that, and then it was finally announced, I say a couple months ago, that it is coming back for a 20-episode 4th season sometime this year.
Yes.
So I'm like, yes!
It's right up there with season 5 of Venture Brothers,
Yes, very true.
which is in production.
Yep. And creator of the Boondocks, Aaron Magruder, he worked on the original comic, which sadly is no longer, well, it's in syndication. It's no longer new stuff being created. He ended that a while ago once he started working on the cartoon series.
Right.
He decided that having a 4th season of the Boondocks wasn't enough. He wanted to do something more. But unfortunately, if he tried to do anything more, he would have to work with Hollywood. He would have to get, you know, financial backing, and then he had to have people who backed him tell him what he can and cannot do. So his next project is actually a live-action movie. It's in the Boondocks universe.
Oh God.
But it doesn't feature the main 3 characters.
I didn't catch the live action aspect of that.
No. He is working on the Uncle Ruckus movie.
Oh God. Uncle Ruckus.
Uncle Ruckus is getting his own movie. And
Praise white Jesus.
they're going to talk about his
Oh my God. Hello, what's this?
Yeah, so, and the thing is, it's going to be live action. It's going to talk a lot about Uncle Ruckus's family and characters we haven't really met before on the show. Now, this is not, you know, pull away from the fact that you might see, you know, Riley and whatnot, you know, make appearances, but this is mostly going to be on Uncle
does that mean
Ruckus.
that Will Smith's kid is going to be the one of the 2 boys?
That'd be funny as hell.
Well, he did that one thing where he had all his, or the next Karate Kid movie where he had all his hair and the dreads and everything, or in the braids.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure who they're gonna, who they're gonna bring for those characters, but I like the fact that Gary Williams, he's the voice of Uncle Ruckus in the Boondocks cartoon series. He's gonna play Uncle Ruckus in the live action version. So
seriously, he is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. Now here's the thing, though, because he wants to make this his way. Because let's put it this way: Boondocks gets away with a hell of a lot of shit on TV nowadays.
Oh yeah, they do.
It's perfect. And he wants to go farther than that, and he can't get financial backing for something like that. So he went to Kickstarter. There's a Kickstarter out now for this.
Oh man, I want to throw money at that project.
It's.
Oh man, just praise white Jesus. That's all I gotta say. For those of you who don't know what the hell I'm referring to, you really need to watch. It's politically incorrect. It is completely awesome, but at the same time, it's so full of truth. It's not. It's scary funny. It's Oh man.
Oh, there's just.
I hope they do it. I hope they do it.
I will say this. I love the fact that they have the different levels, and they have actual names for each level. So if you want to pledge $1 or more, that's the Honey Boo Boo level. If you want $10 or more, it's the Hank Williams Jr. Level. Then you got Ted Nugent, Clint Eastwood, J. Edgar Hoover, John Wayne, Robert E. Lee. For $500 or more, it's the Rush Limbaugh level. Which is, if you pledge $500 or more, you will receive a call from Uncle Ruckus or a personalized outgoing voicemail.
Oh, that's tempting. That is so tempting.
This is Uncle Ruckus.
This is Uncle Ruckus.
I love that there's a Chuck Norris level. What is the highest one? $10,000 or more is the Ronald Reagan level. Of course, because that's his ultimate hero. Yep. Now it has let's see how much time it has left. It has 25 days to go. They're looking at $200,000 as a base minimum.
That's all they need for funding?
They're saying $200,000 is all Aaron Magruder needs to make this movie.
Oh.
As of right now, they're at 32,402 with just over 1,000 backers. And the way Kickstarter things work, you have a lot at the beginning, Very small amount of growth in the middle, and then the last like 48 hours, you get a massive spike. So here's hoping he gets at least that 200 grand, because I want to see this.
I do. I want to see it too. I mean, yeah. We need to see Uncle Ruckus in a movie.
And the fact you're gonna get the same.
Although, could they? I wonder if they'll find a way to squeeze in Stink Meaner. Because didn't the devil send him back?
Probably, yeah. Oh, the things that he could do with the movie would be awesome. So, yeah. If you guys want to find it online, just go to Kickstarter and just look up Uncle Ruckus, and you're going to find it.
RUCKUS.
Yep. All right. Let's get to the news that we were laughing our asses off right at the beginning of the episode. So, I love Japanese pop culture. Because not
Nikki
only
just got home and I can't wait to tell her this.
Oh, so you could have. I got some hair floating around.
Hang on one second. What?
So, anyways,
AKB girl.
So,
come look.
One of the biggest things in Japanese pop culture is, of course, the idol groups. Mainly AKB48 and all their sister groups, I should say, because there's like 4 or 5 of them, I think. Well, these girls are put under massive loads of pressure because you think fans are crazy, are hardcore fans here in the States for, pop culture. No. Like, there are pop culture, or let me rephrase this, idol otaku, specifically idol otaku in Japan.
Yeah, they don't care about anime, they don't care about any other crap, they're just into the idol bands. Yeah.
But these girls age from like age 12 to 21 when they finally like graduate or age out, basically. And then some of them actually go off and have a massive popular solo career. And then some leave to do porn, but
only one so far.
Only one so far, and it's so crazy. So
that porn movie made bank.
Oh yeah, it did. Oh my god, yeah, it did. So one of the popular idols right now in the main group is Minagishi Minami. If I said that right, I think so.
Minagishi Minami.
Yeah,
you got it.
She basically
violated one of the cardinal rules. Now, something Jason didn't go into, and I'm sorry for stomping on you for this, Jason.
No, go for it.
The girls in these groups, whether it's AKB48, Morning Musume, or even the guys in the Johnnies, their lives are not their own. Everything's the management. Management controls everything. These performers are effectively chattel at this point. They're controlled. They're not allowed. They can't, if they smoke, they're kicked. If they get caught smoking, there was a big thing with I think it was one of the Morning Musume girls got caught smoking. Oh, there was massive scandal about that.
Oh, there was.
They're not allowed to have any boyfriends. The Johnnies aren't allowed to have any girlfriends because they're supposed to be sweet and innocent.
Which, when you think about that, I'm sorry to cut you off.
That's fine.
Something like that stateside would never fly because a lot of people, a lot of pop culture, all these pop artists, they go off and do crazy things. They they have boyfriends, they have girlfriends, they hook up, they break apart, they get back together all the time.
Right.
And that's kind of part of their thing, I guess.
The closest thing we've got to that in the States would be the original Mickey Mouse Club.
Yeah, I would say that.
They were kids that were supposed to be squeaky clean, and pretty much any of the Disney kids are kind of that way. They're squeaky clean, they have an image to match. But these guys take it to the nth level. So Minami,
that's her.
Minami broke a rule. She basically, it says here, she spent the night with Alan Shirahama from the band Generation and was photographed sneaking out the next morning, a mask over her face.
Now you got to realize that all these girls, no matter what they do, they are stalked by otaku. So these otaku,
the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, they probably camped out outside that residence all night just to get the picture when she walked out. So yeah, they found out that she had basically had some fun, slept over at a guy's place.
Yeah.
So
and we don't know what happened. The funny is they don't know for sure what happened.
Nope.
They just know that she spent the night.
Yeah. And
Odds
that was
are they did, and that's fine, whatever. But the fact that she came out of the building, the management for AKB said, "Oh no, you don't," and knocked her from, what was it,
senior member to trainee status, which means you didn't get kicked out. You can still have all your fans. You're just not going to get the spotlight for a while.
Yeah, you have to work your way back up. That's how they punished her.
Which,
so she's out of first string.
Given the situation, I would personally say they probably, you know, blew its way out of proportion. However, this is almost like she got off kind of light in terms of idol status in Japan.
Yeah, maybe, but I think there's going to be a lot more blowback. I mean, given her reaction to it.
Oh, yeah, because...
Which is where this gets better. Go on, Jason.
Because she thought that, you know what, she was already distraught and, you know, she shamed everybody. Again, the whole country's based on this whole, you know, thing of honor. So she not only shamed herself, she shamed her family, she shamed all the other idols, she shamed the company, she shamed the fans, everybody. So what she decided to do was...
pull a Britney.
Yep, she shaved her hair. She shaved all her hair off.
I've got to picture this up because my side's still frozen.
Yeah, it's up. Oh, yeah, so, I mean, she went...
She actually doesn't look bad with that sort of hair.
She went full Britney, and she actually looks better than when Britney did this.
Well, yeah.
And she went even further to create a YouTube video for an apology.
Which I heard got taken down.
It was taken down after getting, I forget how many hundreds of thousands of hits.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so she's like completely sorry. You see tears are welling up her eyes. I mean... The funny thing is that a few days later, there was pictures that were surfacing online of her in a relatively good mood, hanging out with some of the junior members. So people were like, oh, then it was just all a ploy and whatnot.
No, it wasn't. Yeah. She's faking it.
Oh, yeah. The general manager on his Google Plus page, you know, started talking about it. And he, like, basically skimped over the answer for, you know, what the hell happened and why'd you guys go down this route. Basically saying things of... We were working on an apology video, and she really wanted to do this anyways. She was basically in one of the rooms, and she started cutting her bangs with scissors. And then they let her continue on and just shave her hair. Like, no one really stopped her. But we didn't know about it too late. I'm like, you knew she was cutting her bangs, and then you didn't stop her then. And so when she was shaving her head, you were like,
Yeah, I look at it. It's funny as I look at it. I see part Britney, I see part Les Mis.
I dreamed a dream. No, I get no.
I dreamed a dream.
Yeah, so no, I find it funny as hell that I mean, yes, apparently she felt the need to go this far, on her own, and I mean, this is making news everywhere. Like, BBC is talking about this. CNN's talking about.
The BBC jumped on this.
Yeah.
I mean, what's funny is I honestly hope. I know there's a cultural difference. I know that these girls, you know, do a lot of this under their own free will, though there's an incredible amount of pressure. Having worked with both Morning Musume and AKB48 and their management and the strictures and stuff they put up and pull. I honestly hope that there's a part of me that just wants them to crash. There's a part of me that wants them to crash and burn because they're a slave mill, in my opinion, honestly.
Yeah.
You know? I'm so conflicted about this.
Yeah. Oh, and the YouTube video of her apologizing before it got taken down, I said, yeah, it probably had hundreds of thousands of views. No, 7.5 million views.
Holy crap. Holy crap.
Yeah. But this doesn't stop there. This is why
they made
I
it
love
private.
fans.
Awesome.
They're, you know, in the spirit of this scandal with AKB48, one fan took it upon themselves to create a Marubozu camera. Essentially, you can basically shave your head virtually and take a picture.
Oh my god.
It's a shaved head camera Android app.
When are we going to get the Japanese version of Leave Britney alone? Leave Minami alone.
It's basically you take a picture.
We still have to get that. We have to get
Okay,
that.
I'm going to have to find this. 'Cause as far as I can tell, it's still up. And it has a 4-star rating.
Leave Britney alone?
No, the Matabozo camera app.
Oh. I hope somebody doesn't leave Minami alone.
Oh, I'm sure it's already out there. I'm sure it's already out there.
Oh, man.
Oh, so good. Yeah, Japanese pop culture. Oh, you gotta love it. Because when it's good, it's crazy. When it goes bad, oh my god, is it good.
This is another one of those Peter Puppy moments of, and yet I stare perversely fascinated. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
All right. Do we have anything we want to talk about before I jump to our last topic?
I hope her hair grows back quicker. No, I'm good.
Okay. I just wanted to make this more of a footnote. If you guys have been watching Anabreak, I've been talking about the Evolution Championship Series, or EVO. Basically, it's a fighting video game tournament that happens every single year, and they always have some of the biggest, games out there and the biggest players out there competing for massive amount of prizes as well as bragging rights. Well, every year there's usually 8 games that are announced. This year they did something different where they chose 7, and then the 8th one was left up to fans to vote on. But how you voted was to actually donate money to breast cancer research. So, I mean, cool deal. You're going to vote for your favorite game and also, give money to a good cause. Well, at the beginning, in the first couple weeks, one of the games that was the surprise leader was My Little Pony Fighting is Magic, which is a independent...
It's still in development.
It is still in development, and Hasbro hasn't knocked him down yet, and I'm so thankful for that. They were in the lead for a while, like $5,000. So, that lead didn't last too long.
Uh-huh.
So, the results, or the final day for actually putting in votes and donating money was just, I think, a couple days ago. And at the time, the lead was split between 2 games. One was Skullgirls, which is a Guilty Gear style 2D fighting game, which I really, really love to play. I have it on my PlayStation 3. Finally got announced it's going to come out with a PC port, so I'm going to buy that day one. Features a ton of anime voice actresses. And the other one was Super Smash Bros. Melee for the GameCube.
For the Cube?
Yeah.
Nice.
And there were a group of fans for Smash Bros. Melee. And then there was the creator and development team and all the voice actresses of Skullgirls. Each of those groups had a live stream to try to get donation drives going up higher and higher.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of neck and neck till like the last hour.
Please tell me MLP pulled ahead. Please tell me MLP pulled ahead.
I wish. No, MLP only made like $6,000 or something like that.
Oh, damn, that would have been awesome.
But I mean, these guys were going crazy. People were donating thousands of dollars at these points. I was seeing, at one point I watched in the course of like 2 minutes, I saw Skullgirls total went from $62,000 to $67,000.
Holy crap.
Like someone just donated like, chink, there you go.
Wow.
And unfortunately, some people had some massive money to back the GameCube game because they jumped like another $10,000. I mean, it kept going back and forth till midnight. I was watching the live stream. So it turned
into a war.
It did. So, at the end of it all, Super Smash Bros. Melee won with a total of $94,683 donated.
Wow.
Skullgirls was behind them by, I think, less than $4,000 or something like that. Like, they got pretty damn high. Now, out of all the games that were up for this 8th slot, they raised a total of $225,744 for breast cancer research. So, really good cause, and you're going to see other games, you know, King of Fighters 13, Persona 4 Arena, all those great games, along with a bunch of GameCubes. Or they might just go the Wii route, because the original Wii had GameCube ports, so...
Yeah, but I found that the GameCube does, or the GameCube games don't always play perfect on the Wii.
So you think it's gonna be just straight?
I think somebody's gonna break out GameCubes, honestly,
Probably
because that way you get guaranteed natural support, and that way your gamers can't whine that, you know, the Wii broke their stride, or oh no, I'm only getting so many frames a second and there's lag because it's a Wii, not the GameCube.
I'm just gonna laugh my ass off when they start, you know, showcasing these streams online. We're gonna have, like, you know, King of Fighters 13, where it's in, you know, full 1080p streaming and it looks gorgeous, and they're gonna have this 43640
level.
Man, this guy has great. This has great strategy for this game. Hit buttons, kick people off. How? I might even one of the qualifying rounds is in Irvine, and at the end of this month, I might just go just to see if I can get it. Yeah, boy, I'm better than you in Brawl.
Now, I'm kind of sad. While at one point I am completely amused that MLP made it on the list at all, I'm kind of wish they'd have done better. But at the same time, realistically, yeah, I didn't. Oh man, it would have been awesome though.
It would have been. It would have been awesome.
The thing is, what I'm waiting for, honestly, is I'm waiting for the StarCraft championships. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Brawl, the fighter games they're great to watch. They're impressive. But you start getting into the StarCraft game, the StarCraft combats, or League of Legends, or Dota. That's some intense strategy there.
Yeah. I will say this: at the last BlizzCon 2 years ago, I was watching the streams online. I saw, I was
there, dude.
I know you were there. God. I was envious. I guess Ravens got a touchdown because I just heard a firework. I was watching the streams. I saw the WoW multiplayer PvP finals. And I was like, okay, it's all right. I watched it. I kind of lost interest after a little bit.
Yeah, the PvP stuff is not as good.
And then I go to StarCraft 2, and I was just hooked for 6 hours.
Oh yeah. What's funny is while we were waiting for the Foo Fighters concert to start,
which I'm envious as all hell you went to.
Early. So we're camping out waiting for Foo Fighters, and they're showing the finals on the screens. Nikki, who had never played StarCraft, wasn't really interested in it, was actually starting to get into it. Because I started explaining to her what the units were.
Yeah.
She's like, holy crap!
Oh, yeah. Like, those people are, like, freaking insane.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I enjoy playing it. I'm not that good at it. I want somebody to play against who's of my level so that I won't be completely embarrassed. That's why I don't really play on the leagues, because I will just get my ass handed to me every time. But... oh man, that is some intense stuff to watch for me. I mean, I'll watch StarCraft tourneys over a fighter game any day of the week.
No, I'm with you on that.
That being said, fighter games are fun to watch, especially if you start getting into Mortal Kombat when they start doing the really fun fatalities. Oh, speaking of which, when Gods Among Us comes out, I want to know if they're going to include fatalities. It's the same team. It's Netherstorm.
They could.
They've got to have special ends, and I'm wondering if they're going to throw in fatalities for the DC heroes. I part of me doesn't think they will, just because it's DC.
Yeah,
but I hope they do.
We'll see what happens. We'll have to.
I want to see Superman rip
game.
somebody's spine out. You know, it's just...
Superman.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. As we always wrap these things up, what have you been watching, Michael?
Let's see. What have I been watching? Not a lot because work's been busy, but I finished Jormungand.
Which I need to do.
Oh, you do. You do. The end's kind of a, what fuck. It's kind of a, oh really? type ending. You know, we need to make those little flags that every time we swear, we can do like they do on Craig Ferguson's Late Late Show. Every time we
yeah.
Ay caramba! You know. We need to figure out how to do that. Anyway, moving on. Yes, Jormungand ended really good. I was very impressed. Have I seen Vivid Red Operation? No, I have not.
That's the Strike Witches pseudo sequel in space.
I'm not a big fan of Strike Witches is the girl planes, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that genre. I'm willing to take a look, but I'm not really a big fan of that whole concept.
Well,
Um,
like I said when I talked about when I watched episode 1, the
mhm.
story and whatnot wasn't for me, but I will say the animation quality is pretty up there.
I'll take a look. I'll
Yeah.
take a look. Um, let's see. I also got mostly caught up on Psychopaths. Wow. Okay.
Shit got crazy, didn't it?
Yeah, I knew it was going to go weird. I mean, I knew that. I mean, we called it. We knew exactly what was going to happen. The whole gun system. Okay, yeah, something's going to cause the guns to.
Yep.
I didn't expect them to go quite the way they went, though. Especially when he goes. When God, what is his name? When Ko's in the sewer against the one guy. Wow.
Yep.
I was hella impressed, and the fact that they did with what they did to Akane, holy crap! Shit got real.
Oh yeah.
Shit got dark and real. I think I'm 2 episodes behind still on that.
Okay.
And I've started getting caught up on robotics notes. I just started episode 12 today.
Mm.
And
It's taken a few episodes to get really good.
oh well, yeah. Steins Gate did the same thing though. I remember Steins Gate didn't start picking up till about Ep 6.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. The whole thing with the gun barrel episode. How caught up are you on robotics now?
Current.
Okay, the whole thing with the gun barrel episode and the Kimagura reports. Oh boy, what the hell?
We'll see. We'll see.
I want to see where this goes. But anyway, that's what I've been watching. Oh, and last night I started watching season 2 of Sherlock now that Netflix has it. I only watched the first episode.
Oh, okay. We have to talk when you finally get finished episode 3.
Oh, I've seen the final episode accidentally.
Oh, okay. Well, then you only have one more episode to watch.
I want to see the Hound of the Baskervilles episode, which is in between.
Yeah.
But the episode with Anne, what is her last name? The girl, the woman. It's Anne Randler or something like that.
Fudge, I don't remember. Yeah.
But either way, the two of them going back and forth was awesome.
Yeah, she's right on par with Sherlock. Yeah.
Exactly. And they're going boo, 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 boo. And I'm just like going, okay, this is awesome. He's found his match. That was really good.
Ah, good times. For me, I haven't really watched too much lately. Yeah, I watched a little anime here and there, but the main thing I've been doing is, aside from having my UPS completely die out on me and took 2 hours yesterday to clean and rewire my whole setup, which I don't know if that's a sign of too much tech or not enough tech. I'm still on the fence about that. No, but I've actually started getting around to playing Final Fantasy 13-2 on the PS3. Now, mind you, it took me months, and with month-long breaks in between, to beat Final Fantasy 13-1.
To drag your way through the slog, the mess.
More for the sole fact, I mean, aside from just the need to grind, the story wasn't really paced all that well. I've played maybe a total of 3 days this past week for Final Fantasy 13-2, and I'm already halfway through the game.
X2 did that too, didn't it? Wasn't X2 pretty quick that way?
Yeah, 10-2 was a little quick that way. It's much better paced. I'm enjoying it a lot more. I will probably beat it within the next week, which means I'll be stuck. Well, I'll have the DLC to play, but then I'll be waiting for Lightning Returns Final Fantasy 13 or Final Fantasy 13-3. So,
what was there was another game they advertised.
Final Fantasy 13 Versus that has not seen the light of
day. With the guy walking on the thing with the sword spinning around him.
13 Versus was announced at the same time as Final Fantasy 13-1, and we haven't heard shit from Squeenix since. Except for a couple of things here and there saying, yes, it's still in development, yes, we're still working on it, no, we can't say anything beyond that. I'm like, give us the goddamn game!
Oh, that reminds me, Jason.
Yes?
They, and people listening who are interested, they opened up beta applications for FF14 Realm Reborn.
Oh, okay, I gotta jump on that tonight.
Yeah. So if you want to get in on the
Yet
beta
another-
for Final Fantasy 14 Realm Reborn,
Time for
this is the
MMO
beta.
number 3.
Well, yeah, but this is a beta, so
Yeah, I remember seeing the original when before it came out.
I was in the original.
Playing, it was at E3. They had it on a computer with 3 monitors in 3D. And I put the glasses, and I spent 5 minutes playing in one, and it looked nice, and it looked kind of fun for what it was, but I didn't play it beyond that. And then I heard all the shit that happened, and I was like, oh, okay.
Everything from the copy pasta maps to, yeah, it's pretty. It's, oh my god, pretty. But hopefully they'll fix the storyline.
And given the level of openness that Square Enix has had since announcing they're going to basically reboot the entire world, I give them props for that, and it gives me a little more hope this might be actually a worthy contender to the MMO genre.
I hope so. I mean, I applied for the beta. See, I'm one of those fools that paid for the collector's edition of 14. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. And it, like I said, it's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. Why they can't just name the races the same thing they named them in 11 is beyond me, because they're the same freaking races. Although, supposedly Final Fantasy 11, you finally have male Mithra. But
After how many years?
God, it's been going longer than Warcraft. So,
Isn't
I think
EverQuest 2 still kicking around a little bit, or they?
Oh yeah, EverQuest 1's still kicking around.
Holy
There's
crap.
still enough people playing EverQuest 1, and they're still doing expansions for it.
It kind of reminds me back. I'm going off on a tangent again.
That's fine.
That I've been watching a little bit of a website called G4Rewind.com, which is a guy who has terabytes of data, just all the major shows from G4 TV back in its original glory days. And he streams them online for free.
Okay.
I haven't been shut down yet, so I'm like, all right, cool. I'm still going to watch.
Did you hear what Leo's talking about? Did you hear what some
we'll talk
people
about that.
were talking about?
We'll talk about that in a second. But
That'll be our rapper.
yes, in one of the shows that this guy's playing is a show called Portal, which I enjoyed back in the day.
I remember Portal.
Because
that
Portal
was actually kind of fun.
Yeah,
game.
because it was a show based around MMOs in the early days, and it actually utilized the characters and in-world, environments.
In-world games, right?
And it was
cheesy as hell.
It was cheesy as hell, but
so fun.
It was. I mean,
yeah, I remember when he played on Galaxies, and they actually went. I found out what server they went on, and they were on my server.
Wow!
I'm like, where the hell's this guy at? I want to go bomb this dude.
Oh yeah, it was cheesy as hell, but it was so much fun. It was very entertaining. Arena back in the day, back when it was hosted by Will Wheaton.
Oh God! Wow.
And then he left because of certain things. You can read his blog for the reason. This is back also with that was the first hosting gig for
Screensavers it was before they became AOTS, right?
Yeah. This was still Screensavers back in the day. Arena was also hosted by Kevin Pereira. That was his first hosting gig. So a lot of fun back in the day. The website is g4rewind.com. But let's talk about that G4 thing as we wrap that up.
Yeah. So now that G4 is going goodbye-bye, and the last episode of AOTS has run
with the best ending they could have possibly thought of.
I love that ending. That ending was just like epic. The idea that they somebody was bouncing around the idea of like, oh hey Leo, since they're going under, maybe you should buy the rights to maybe you can finally get the rights to Screensavers and bring it back. To which Leo responded something along the lines of, ha ha ha, yeah, that wouldn't be great, but it's kind of funny you mentioned that considering what I'm talking to them about right now. ... And left it.
We could have Screensavers 2.0. We could have Screensavers come back.
Especially if he gets Patrick back.
Oh, Patrick Norton and Leo
watch that.
Get Yoshi, and he has most of the other cast with him at Twit TV anyways.
Bring Morgan Webb, she started on Screensavers.
Yep.
Kevin Rose started on Screensavers.
Oh, bring him back, Kevin. All he's doing is spending money on startups. He can do something weekly.
I mean, it'd be awesome to bring the old team back together, do the Thursday LAN parties. That would be epic.
Oh my God, that would be awesome.
I would so be part of that.
Yeah, I think it's massively smart of Leo to grab that.
If he gets, I hope he gets it.
If he gets it, I mean.
I would so hope he gets it.
And just think, having all those people back now with technology we have nowadays, because when screensavers was initially on, tech was still very much in its infancy. The internet was still
it was extremely niche market too.
It was. But now you have the avenue of the internet and of course webcasts like we're doing right now, because we don't have all the money to get a studio and go on TV.
Yeah, no kidding.
So
I'm running on a crappy Logitech webcam. Are you kidding me? And my World of Warcraft headset. I mean,
and it still works. It
works well.
But just imagine screensavers with the original crew on Twit TV.
That would be so
holy
epic.
crap! I will drive up to Petaluma to be in the crowd for that.
I'm planning on moving up north, so that actually becomes feasible.
Oh, good times.
Okay, I think we should wrap.
All right.
Oh, check your IM again, by the way.
Yeah, I'll respond after this. So, everybody, it's been an absolute blast. I hope you guys we entertained you enough. For those of you who were splitting time between watching this and the Super Bowl, I've kind of already forgotten about this. Has been a hell of a lot of fun. I love the fact when we do these episodes, and to be honest, we don't put the times that we don't put that much prep into it turn out to be like the most enjoyable.
Yeah, they're the ones we have the most fun with because we just have some basic and that's one of the things I like about it is the fact that we do freeform it a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's the day we get to the why yes, Jason, I was talking about this game too, and it was a lot of fun. Ha ha ha. The day we get to that is the day we need to stop doing the show.
Yes, very much so. Everybody, thank you very much for joining us for this episode. Stay tuned for post-show, and I think that's going to be it for this. So for From Brother's Basement, I'm Jason.
And I am Michael.
And we'll see you guys next week. Take it easy, everybody.
Bye.